For all teachers who struggle with lesson planning, here's the recipe of planning your lessons based on TKT, the Teaching Knowledge Test. By definition, a lesson plan is a set of notes that help us think through what we're going to teach and how we're going to teach it. It also guides us before, during, and after the lesson. Why do teachers have to plan? This is the big question, and there are many reasons that lead the teachers to do so. First, it helps teachers to think of what the students will achieve in the lesson. It provides a framework for organizing ideas, the teaching strategies, and the materials. It leads teachers to where they're going and how they're going to get there. It makes their lesson look more coherent. It boosts the teacher's confidence and helps them to adapt to different classes. Meanwhile, lesson plans help in identifying any problem or difficulties which may arise during the lesson. It avoids the over-domination of coursebooks, and it demonstrates to learners that teachers know what they are doing. In addition, lesson plans help teachers in reflecting on their own teaching and linking the lesson explicitly to the syllabus objectives. The main components of a lesson plan are actually two: the aims and the procedures. The aims show us what the lesson is for. The procedures show us what the teacher and the learners will do during the lesson and how they will do it. So a lesson plan is most like a roadmap or a series of road signs, something that shows us where we're going and how we're going to get there. The lesson plan can help us in different stages: before the lesson, during the lesson, and after it. Before the lesson, by making sure that we plan the best possible sequence that enable us to achieve the aims that we set for the lesson. During the lesson, it can help us by determining the timing for each stage and to check that the lesson is following the sequence that we have decided on. And after the lesson, it can be kept as a record of what happened to make necessary changes for the lesson later on. So the lesson plan looks like a photograph or a story or a summary giving us a record of the lesson. The components of a lesson plan according to the TKT are several, starting with the level and the number of learners where we know who we are planning the lesson for. The timetable fit, where we know how the lesson is connected to the last lesson or the next one. The aims are actually divided into three: main, subsidiary, and personal. The main aims are those that we want the learners to learn or to be able to do by the end of the lesson. The subsidiary aims are the other things that we want learners to be able to do during the lesson because they lead to the main aim. And the personal aims are the aspects of our own teaching that we want to develop or to improve as teachers. Assumptions are what we think the learners already know can do related to the aims. The anticipated language problems are the things that the learners may find difficult. And the possible solutions are the actions that we take in order to deal with the anticipated problems. Lastly, we have 5 main components. Teaching aids, materials, equipments are the use for reminders of things to take to the lesson. The procedures are the tasks and activities for each stage. Timing is the length of time needed for each stage. Interaction patterns are the ways in which the learners work at each stage. That is, learners work individually, in pairs, or in group work, or as a whole class. And finally, we have the homework, where the learners are assigned to do as an extension or an assigned activity related to the lesson. Hopefully, this presentation was of great help to you teachers. If you have any question, don't hesitate to contact me. Best of luck for you in your lesson plans!